Hearing disconcertingly upbeat instrumental music in a wrecked government scientific facility is never, ever a good sign. Something's gone wrong at a prestigious Soviet Union government facility, and you've been sent out to find out what happened. So here's 9 things that prove it's going to be unlike any horror game you've played before. This looks like someone dressed up in a polar bear fancy dress costume and then had a bleeding apple stuck to their head. The fact that this thing is so hard to categorise immediately makes us assume that if we can't figure out what it is, we should probably assume it's a threat. The fact that it only appears for a split second doesn't make things any less unnerving either. Screaming robots? No thanks. Considering the front of this robot is painted to look rather jolly, you'd expect it to be some kind of harmless entertainment product, but no. On the reverse side, a screaming face can be found with very sharp teeth and unseeing red eyes. Again, why? Is it meant to scare children into behaving? Perhaps it's some kind of alarm, meant for a fairground, from our nightmares. More deranged robots. Witnessing something that's meant to help you turn deranged is a classic horror trope, and by golly is it effective. This robot looks like it's meant to aid humans in some way, although I can't immediately think of the use of rotating sharp implements. Its speedy head swivelling is a nightmare for anyone who prefers a slow, sneaky approach, as such rapid, owl-like 360 degrees movement could mean that it has greater chance of spotting you sneaking up on it. Not a particularly welcome prospect to contemplate. A new twist on zombies. Animating the dead with robotics is a nifty twist on the typical reanimated corpse scenario, and seeing all that technology wired into flesh and blood makes it clear just how malleable the human body is. The idea that our body can be invaded with wires and brought back to life against our consent isn't something most people enjoy contemplating. The space you see these zombies in looks like a white-tiled hospital, implying that they could be linked to some sort of medical research. And with medicine supposed to help humans, it's no wonder that seeing it warped into this kind of horror implies the person orchestrating it all had a misguided idea of what help looks like. Water is your deadly enemy now. Water flows out of our taps, showers, toilets, pipes, it's everywhere. So, having it as an enemy that can drown anyone in its path is troubling to say the least. The questionable experiments that must have gone on to turn water into something that isn't too fussed about killing people raises questions at what they would have used that technology for, and whether something went horribly wrong or whether it was always supposed to target humans. Either prospect is pretty bleak. Also, how the hell do you fight water? Do you evaporate it to death? Blood bathtubs are never good news. A bathtub full of blood with tendrils of it ominously moving around as if searching for a new victim isn't a very pleasant sight. By the looks of it, the facility could have been trying to use the blood to create creatures, as the outline of a horse is seen standing in the middle of a tub of blood. The blood also looks like it has a life of its own, just like the water flowing through the facility. Being faced with something so inherently life-sustaining turning against you prompts the fear that the blood coursing through your veins could do the same thing. A surreal world. This brief segment depicting a sinking world isn't a downright scare, but the shift in tone from the repulsion of the bloody white creature to this disconcerting scene is enough to unsettle anyone watching it, precisely because we don't know what to make of it. Wires are deadly and strangly now. Much like water, the wires that send electricity and information hurtling towards our screens and buildings are easy to overlook. Most of us forget that they're laced through your walls and also make pretty good garrotes. In Atomic Heart, they've got a mind of their own and have taken a dislike to the staff working in the building. Those bodies are being hauled somewhere, leaving us wondering, again, why? A robot fairy ballerina, because why not? With a large mechanical fairy like that in the middle of a secret scientific facility, you have to wonder what its purpose is. Are the minds who created it supposed to be appealing to children in some way? Or is its whimsical design just coincidental? You know what? Considering its size and inane toothy grin, I don't even want to know. So that's everything that Atomic Heart does to freak us out. Let us know what you think of the game in the comments below. Click the box on the left for more content from us, and don't forget to hit that big button in the middle for more gaming news